Margaret was saying earlier, giving back and contributing back to the community. I was an immigrant myself. I came to Canada in 1980, and I have the great fortune of meeting a lot of good leaders and good mentors in my past, and they helped me to become where I am today. So I'm really trying to pay it forward for people behind me, and hopefully you will have the same good experience with Canada. So today, not really any, I wouldn't say it's a speech or anything. I just want to share first of all, my personal experience, my path, and also secondly, a few things that I learned from my path that I find useful, because there are many words of advice, but I think you can only add on a few. So I actually summarize into a few points, and then I'm going to share with you later. So a little bit about myself first. As I said earlier, I was born in Hong Kong. I came to Canada in 1980 after completing a high school diploma in Hong Kong. I came with my parents at that time. I'm still part of a dependent group, so I can come with them. I came to Canada with my parents, and I came from a very humble family. My father is a tailor, and we have a family of 6. So he's one person single-handedly brought up 6 of us, brothers and sisters, and a wife and a mother-in-law. So kudos to my dad. We all actually are all professionals. My brothers and sisters nowadays it's due to his belief in education. So I came to Canada in 1980, having this high school diploma with $1,000 in my pocket. Actually, I think slightly less than $1,000 in my pocket. I graduated in high school, and then at that time I already knew that I will immigrate to Canada. So I worked in the bank for 1 year as a teller and saved up that $1,000, and I came to Canada. So I continue earning a living through getting into a bank as a teller in Canada. After 4 weeks I landed in Canada. I got a job. And I remember that the million challenges that I have. At that time, I don't even know the coin system in Canada, because back in Hong Kong, we don't have quarters. So if I have to give change back to a customer, I try to avoid quarters, because I don't know how to count quarters. So these are just one of the few challenges. In any case, shortly after got into the bank, I realized that as a visible minority, imagine that's 30 years ago, not nowadays, right? Actually more than 30 years ago, visible minority is still very minority at that time. So if I know that if I need to get ahead, I need at least a university education. So I went back to school after saving up some money, being a teller 1 year, and then at the same time, my fiance or boyfriend in Hong Kong came to marry me. So I went back to university. So between the two of us, we supported each other by one working full-time and one studying part-time. So between the two of us, it took us 5 years to complete our university degree. So from then on, I actually stayed with the bank. As TD Bank is a great employer, I stayed with them and worked progressively through many different areas. Retail banking I spent the majority of my time in retail banking, from a teller to financial services officer to what we call customer service manager, and then I ventured out to do private banking in the investment area and in the trust area. And then I came back to TD, to the retail world, to become a branch manager. And after a few years, handling of smaller branches, bigger branches, merging branches together and relocating branches, like all different type of experience. And I actually went to lead the small business banking area in a region, which is from Barrie to Niagara Falls. That gave me some remote management experience, meaning that I don't have a team with me every day. They are all over in the city, but I still have to manage them remotely. And then have an opportunity to become the district vice president where I am today. My role basically is to manage the operation as well as expand the business of retail banking of 18 branches in the Markham area. So I have 18 branch managers working with me and close to 400 employees within my jurisdiction. So, and then with the many collaboration with different partners of the bank, I managed to lead my team to quite a number of successful years and in the business result. I lead my team to be the #1 team in all of Canada in 2010 as well as in 2013. And this year we're still tracking to be #1 position as well. So really proud of my team, but at the same time, I would say that leadership does make a difference. And from my years of experience with the retail bank, with TD Bank, I came to a few revelation on how do you get ahead and be successful in a career. So first of all, I heard someone saying that your objective is to get a promotion within 6 months. Okay, so which is good. Getting a promotion is good. At the same time, you probably want to set a higher goal because your goal shouldn't be just for the next 6 months. You want to set your sight on maybe 5 years and 10 years down the road because it will determine what you want to do, where you want to go as your next role. So make sure that you set goals on a higher level and in a longer term so that you know what is the path for you in the next few years. And please be clear about it, okay? Write it down. Like I know it's kind of sound lame to write it down your goal, but I think it's very effective because every year you look at your goal, you write it down, you remember what you said to yourself, what you have determined to do a few years before. And then also when I said you set goal, it shouldn't be just a title. Like don't set your goal saying that, oh, I want to be a president. I think you should also, think about what you actually want to be responsible for, because a title can be deceiving in different organizations. So if your goal is to be a vice president, what is it that you want to do? To lead a sales team, to lead a department in a national level, in a provincial level, what it is that you want to do. And also when you set your goal, make sure that you know why you want to set that goal. Okay, even if it's like, if you want the promotion because of money, or is it because of the ability to impact on people? Because being management, sometimes you may not make the most money, but you do have the satisfaction of having impact on people. So again, be very thoughtful and knowing why you want to reach that goal. Because once you set the goal, then you have a clear path to go towards it. So you want to make sure that you set the right goal and very clear as to why. Also you want to evaluate your life stage, right? Because sometimes things in your current life stage may change, and you also want to take into consideration, say if you are like in terms of a woman, if you want to spend time with your family, the life stage, okay, do I want to do now or do you want to do later on? So that should be taken into consideration as well. So basically, your desire for success has to be greater than the fear of failure when you determine that goal. So be very clear about it and understand the why of why do I want to go there in the first place. Okay. Sometimes when in a new country that we're in, whatever you were thinking that you want to do before may be different in Canada. Okay. When I talk about the life stage, is also that because I truly enjoy the environment in Canada. So if I have to, I'm not saying that I'm not working hard, but if I have to spend a lot of the time, like 18 hours a day, every single day in doing it, I may or may not want to do it because I have the flexibility of enjoying the more freedom and the good weather in Canada. So you have to again take that into consideration too. What I'm trying to say is don't single-focusly saying that I want to be something. Okay, career may not be everything that you want. You have to be happy about what you're trying to do. Okay, so once you set your goal, okay, that next thing is that I would say is think about collaborating with others while you're pursuing your goal. I think most of you are coming from China, and I came from Hong Kong. We came from an environment where competition is everything because there's a lot of population. We're competing with everybody in the street. So our mindset would be more of competition. It's either I win or you win. But here, I think here in Canada, we actually are lucky that we can have an environment and also, which is the more generally accepted environment that you have to think win-win. You have to think that you can win with somebody else. And with that mentality, you can actually easier to get ahead in the corporation. So when you cannot win, okay, you have to understand you cannot win alone. You have to win with people around you. So you have to help the bigger team win. Don't just sit in your cubicle and think of, oh, how do I get ahead? Find out what's going on in the bigger world. Find out what's going on in